Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this LSSW 17. We are looking at defining a coordinated lunar resource evaluation campaign, and this will be the first of two workshops on lunar resource evaluation. And why are we doing this? Well, to date, we've heard a lot about sustainability at the moon with humans and using the resources that are there, but there's a big disconnect because we still really don't know exactly how much is there, what form it's in. And lunar resources does cover a multitude of sins, so we are taking a bite out of that today by looking at the polar ice deposits. And what we are trying to do is to start the discussion and again, to get a definition of what such a campaign is needed. We know that a campaign is going to be needed because of the variety of locations. And then the results from this particular session will also help inform our next session, which is how do you actually implement a coordinated lunar resource evaluation campaign? And we hope that that'll be occurring in the fall of 2022. Now, there are a number of missions that will have implications and return data that are relevant to lunar resources, but these are not really being coordinated. And we need to start putting together the ideas for what sort of data fidelity is needed for these different missions and these different data sets that would allow us then to actually put a coordinated campaign together with the types of data that are needed that will give us very relevant data products that could lead to potential exploration and investigation. So we have three goals for this particular session. We have breakout sessions, and these goals will be amplified through the themes of the session as we go through them today. Identify the basic information needed to evaluate deposits at the lunar poles, which would inform measurement methods. Identify measurement types and characteristics so that we can start to formulate the types of missions that need to go forward to inform our campaign. And then identify ways of consolidating and compiling the information into an accessible, usable form that would allow then better ideas of exactly what's there, that would allow commercial participation, and then start to define exactly what we mean by sustainability. So focusing questions: what constitutes a coordinated lunar resource evaluation campaign, and what information should this actually obtain to then feed into the goals that we've already stated in the previous slide. So the products that come out of this are a meeting report that will go forward to NASA and the broader community. There will also be findings. Now, we have note takers that will be jotting down the information that is coming out of all the talks. We will also have note takers at the breakout groups. And I would like to ask the poster presenters to take notes of the feedback that they receive, and then during the poster session that we will have in GatherTown, and information about connectivity to that will be posted in the chat as we go through the meeting. So I think that's correct, right, Ruki?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so again, we're also looking at doing these findings via email. So Ricky is collecting the people who are the information on people who are connecting. So we'll have email addresses. So you will have a chance to give your input to these findings as we draft them up and send them out for broader community consensus. That's what we're aiming to do there. And then we're going to feed forward to the second workshop that will be in later in 2022, implementing a coordinated lunar resource evaluation campaign. So The meeting logistics. As you can see from the program, we were pleasantly surprised by the number of abstracts that we got. We've tried to accommodate as many as we could. So we have limited time. So make your points succinctly and early. There is no time to go long, and we will be keeping time, as you can see by the countdown clock. As soon as your time is over, we will go to the next talk, whether you're done or not. So make sure that you are done. The 1 minute poster talks are there to advertise your poster, but they are placed within the relevant sessions. This was done deliberately because often posters are sort of a second tier of presentations. We don't want that because there's a lot of good information in those posters. We want to hear about them, and then Gather Town will allow a 40-minute poster session where we can go ask questions. And again, poster presenters, please take note of the inputs that you receive and pass them onto myself or Carl Hibberts via email so that we can include this in the meeting findings and also in the meeting report. Breakout sessions will be focused as we have limited time to address the subjects of each of those breakout sessions. So I want to go back one. There we've got 3 breakout sessions. As you can see in the program, breakout session 1 will be led by Carl Hibberts. I'll lead breakout session 2, and breakout session 3 will be led by Angel Abud Madrid. Just the code of conduct that you've seen. This is to gather input. This is we are a community, so we all basically have the same goals. So treat people the way you want to be treated, please. Otherwise, you will be kicked out. So I think that's all I have.